What is up, Vibram family? You're probably sitting there wondering, like, why are you sitting so far away from the camera? But the reason why I'm doing that is because I think it'll be easier for me to show you guys the discs and kind of bend them and stuff to where we got good lighting. I kind of played with it a little bit. So that's what we're going to do. I announced I'm going to do a giveaway for one of these minis. So we will take care of that as well. So when we take care of that, it'll really be the choice of these two. And if you want me to sign it, I'll sign it for you. I'll do that. You know, if you want me to sign it, I'll sign it. But anyway, the real reason why we're here, outside of the giveaway, is talking about soft rubber. All right. So I've got a bunch of different discs here that we're going to look at and talk about and go through. So yeah, let's get to it. So let's kind of talk about early days. I have one of these here, which is a prototype. To my understanding, it's one of the prototype dog discs actually. It's got the same mold essentially as the VP, but to my understanding, it's not the Disc Golf VP, if that makes sense. So that's what we've got here. So anybody who's out there, go ahead and make a comment. But what I like about this disc, it's really heavy, super floppy. So if I stand up and I'm holding this thing, you know, it's crazy floppy, just holding it still just like this. I mean, you can see I've got my wrist turned over. So if I try to hold it straight out, I mean, it's pretty wild. So that's the old school run. You can see actually a dog actually got a hold of this one. So in any case, I got this from Vegan Ray. I appreciate it, sir. This was actually a really interesting win. Vegan posted a picture and you had to essentially decode the picture. Well, obviously knowing what I know, I was able to decode the picture pretty easily and simply. And so I won this disc, which is awesome. So anyway, so this one's just warm-ups. I just throw it, you know, a lot of times I'll throw it with my kids. I mean, I do actually throw this disc. But yeah, that's one of the old school softs, super old school. So let's talk about what that technically, I guess, translate into. You know, a lot of you guys have seen the actual dog disc, right? You've seen this style. I've seen red ones. I've seen, you know, all kinds of crazy ones. So anyway, so that's what we're looking at. And this, you can see the flexibility there. And obviously this is a pretty big disc. So it's, you know, it is what it is. It's going to be floppy. So anyway, what's up, Chris? See your comment out there. So I throw this disc too. My dog has chewed on it and will continue to chew on it from time to time. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a 5-second break to let my cat trapped in the bathroom. Give me 1 second. All right, we're back. So I don't know if y'all could hear that, but my cat was driving me nuts. He was sitting in the, I guess he was locked in the bathroom or something. I don't know. So anyway, took care of that. We're good to go. So anyway, we got the dog disc. That's where it went to. Throw both of those discs if you want. If you have one of those discs or you want to get one of those discs, get them. They're awesome for warm-ups, for getting right where you need to be before a round, getting your arms stretched out without, you know, having to bomb a disc a bunch and risk injury. So that's what I like about it. We have a couple different ways that I've seen the soft rubber transition. This is probably the last run that I would consider kind of the old school style, to where the rim felt a lot firmer. So if I squeeze this rim, it's pretty doggone firm, but the flight plate is super soft. This one was from Wade Fisher. So Wade, I appreciate it. My son still throws that. Now let's talk about the one that's actually in my bag every round, every time I throw, and that is this beauty. It is the only sole that I throw, and it's a very faint like a pinkish tiger stripe. So when you guys go on eBay and you're checking out discs on eBay and you see them to where they've got this color, take a couple seconds, zoom in on the picture, especially the back, because with these tiger stripes, you know, really it's on the rim that you're gonna find your best detail. You know, sometimes looking at it from this side, especially if they're old school, you know, they're worn out a little bit. They've got, you know, what's up, Mark? So they've got a couple different styles. You can see this one's really puddle topped. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter. I can throw this thing anywhere within 200 feet. I don't always throw this every time within 200 feet, but I have a throw that I have to make sure that it goes straight. Boom sauce. Right here. 151. I mean, this thing is lightweight, and that's what I love about these. A lot of these older runs like this are really lightweight. And so anyway, I don't remember who I got this from. I mean, it's got Dan Hart's ink in it, but I don't remember if I bought it from Dan or not. But this thing sat around for a little bit, and then I started playing with it, and love it. So if you guys can, get you a lightweight sole. Now, what I can't tell you is the new Run Soft. I haven't thrown the new Run Soft to sole, but what I can tell you is this weight of sole is like, it's basically like, instead of having that putter or the mid-range, it's that perfect in between, because you can still power on it and the soft is still going to be stable enough to pull out of anything crazy. So anyway, thing is awesome. So that's what we've got there. I like this run, even though this is the first run of the butt crack in the soft. And the thing that I like about it is that it wasn't quite as porous as some of the runs right before it. I think it was. Some of the runs right before it were like super porous and they almost felt grainy, whereas this run was a little bit smoother. I actually bagged this VP as well, and it's got the mullet bottom on it, so to speak, and I really like it. But the flexibility, if you look at the difference here, so this is the old run. You know, you can see that it's, you know, the rim for the most part, I mean, it's granted it's 151, so we'll see some heavier discs later. But you can see the droop that you've got from this old run, right? But if I want, I can fold it up, and then it's got, let's look at the spring rate here. Boop, and I don't know if that's actually a thing, but hell, that's what we're going to call it, right? So you look at how easily it pops back, and it needs a little bit of help, but if I put it back there, it stays there, which is nice. So the VP, again, it's gonna take a little bit more force for me to get this thing to fold over all the way. Granted, this one has only been in my bag. It's lightweight as well. This one's only been in my bag maybe a year, something like that. I said, you know what? I'm going to try to start using some of the new rubber and try to be, you know, the proper ambassador, all that stuff, you know. And that's what I've got. So this is the newest one that I got. I have not thrown this yet, but this came from Hawk's Nest Disc Golf. And this run appears to be pretty smooth, which I like. But, you know, the best thing is about the soft run, the flight plate's a little bit different in this one. The best thing I like about the soft run is, you know, everybody looks at it and they go, oh, man, look at how much it tacos. It's not even about that, man. It's not even about that. It's about when it hits that ground, and it's exactly what you just saw. You know, it goes to the ground, and it does just that little... I wish I could do like super slow-mo and do replays and shit. Maybe Terry Miller can cut this up for me, or Gomo or Jomo or somebody. All right, so Joe Mez, I'm sorry, goodness. So you've got it comes and it hits the dirt like this, dude. That's what you're looking for. That's why we throw the soft rubber, right? But now let's get into the reason why we're here. I don't know what it was, but I found over the years, this was the best rubber to field work with. It was the best rubber to field work with. There was nothing else that was going to... So what I do is I take my tripod, I have one of these clips, you know, for your cell phone, which you can get them now on Amazon for probably, I don't know, probably $10, $7 now, like not even that much. That's exactly what I'm about to get to, Chris. You know, these softs, when they're floppy, will really show your bad form. But sometimes, like with this one here, this one's so bad and so heavy that it's damn near impossible to always get it perfect. But man, when you do, this thing is, I mean, it's on a line too, right? But see, here's one of the things that's dangerous about the softs and why you have to take care of them. Sometimes you'll find a soft and they'll have almost a waxy feeling to it, and it'll feel like somebody rubbed it with oil. Chances are somebody rubbed it with oil. And the reason why is, like, I got this one as a gift from Rice White, or Eric White. And you could see that it's damn near a medium now. So this is one that, you know, if it wasn't a Ridge, or pardon me, it's a VP, pardon me. If it wasn't, you know, one of the few putters that I have that I actually like to throw, I would probably have sent it to Brian Prokop already. But if you look, these things, and hopefully I can get that to show up well enough. I don't know if it's going to work. But anyway, these things crack really badly. And they will dry out, and it can really be really tough on these old runs. So you have to be careful. It almost does like an alligator skin. Once it hits that alligator skin, you know, it's tough to get it to come back. Now, I know that Brian's been testing some stuff. So once he gets that finalized, I will let him touch my old run soft stuff. So there we go. So that's what we've got. So again, that's a VP. But what I like about this one, I think this one may have hit a pond because it doesn't really have the proper colors. I'm not sure though. It's hard to say. It may have just sat out in the sun. Maybe if Eric watches this, he'll see it. All right, so here we go. A Ridge soft. I found this one at Play It Again Sports. Got it for $10. I was so juiced that day. It was nuts. So again, it's a Tiger Soft style. The Tiger Soft again is a little bit firmer in the rim. As they wear in, they will start to stiffen a little bit in the flight plate in the middle unless you condition them. You condition them, they'll stay super floppy. Here it is, a Summit. I really like throwing this one. This was a Summit I picked up somewhere along the way, but it's one of the pink runs. So you can see how that shows. So if you guys are looking on eBay or whatever, or looking in the group, or on some of the other Facebook sites, and you see an old soft that's pink, don't necessarily frown. Don't necessarily frown. The pinks can turn out good. This is the best way to keep an old run soft, because this one is still super springy, but it's got a good grip on the flight plate. So the Ascents, for what I found, the Ascents were all heavies. So I've got a handful of the Ascents, and I'll kind of show you the different color variations. So as you can see with this one's kind of chalky on top, and you can see where it's got, and obviously I haven't thrown this one, but almost every single other one I've thrown. And the reason why is because I want discs that are always, you know, like just like anybody else says, that are within the same weight range but feel the exact same. And this is the only disc that I've been able to find over the years that I've been able to pick up gradually here and there that will, number one, help me with my form. Number two, I like the way they feel. Number three, I will actually use them in my bag from time to time. But number four, they're awesome for field work. And so I'll set up my camera behind me, set up my camera in front of me, all kinds of different angles, and I'll throw these things. And if they come off wrong, they'll come off like this in super slow-mo. So if you can get a friend to go with you and do the super slow-mo option on your camera, and then get them to film it, man, you're going to see these things fly out. Now, what I can tell you is that the new Run Soft will show that too. So it's not like the old Run Soft does anything different. I just personally like the way that the rim feels. I like the way that the rubber is super, super smooth. Almost feels glossy on the bottom, especially if you condition them well. But all these have been thrown. There's probably even dirt residue on most of them. So, yeah. So that's what we got. So then you get this kind to where you get a lot more stripage action. And they just look cool. You know, I'm colorblind, so the blues to me were awesome. So this one, and you can almost tell by the sheen too. So this one here never got conditioned. This one did get conditioned. So I'll kind of move them in the light, and you can see how the light in the background there is going to gloss up on the different sheens. Again, this one has not been conditioned. This one has been conditioned. Now, sorry about that, guys. What I can tell you is that this one has a much, much smoother flight plate. So if you're one of those guys that really, I really like a smooth release, and that's why I don't like Vibram. Well, you know what, man? It just takes a little bit of breaking it down, because over time it will break in like this too. Okay, so you've got nice smooth. This is probably one of my older ones, would be my guess. I've been throwing a lot of these a lot of times, but I give them baths from time to time. And then this one, as you can see, this one's never been conditioned. It's almost powdery still. But again, so these are all 174, except for this one, 170. So the 170 and 174 was the range that I typically saw those in. And as far as tracks, and then they also came like this. So you've probably seen some of the green, and that's what we've got there. So let me show you some variations of the Ascent though. Let me make sure I've got the rest of these out, because they did have some yellows, but I think I may have sold those. No, here we go. There we go. That's another variation. So this one's really cool. I actually haven't thrown this one a whole lot. I did test it in the field, but I haven't done, admittedly guys, I haven't done field work in forever. But this one was conditioned, and like you look at it and you're like, oh dude, he warped his disc. Man, I'm not worried about that. I could heat that up, fold it like this for a couple minutes, and boom, it will be right where it needed to be. So I'm not worried about that at all. All right, so those are the Ascents, 170s and 174s. That's the only thing I've ever been able to find. You might find a 173 or a 169. They're all 170s. They're all 170s. That's what we're working with. But let me show you some cool variations that I've gotten over the years as gifts as far as an Ascent's concerned. I got this one, and I shouldn't say it was a gift, but I call it a gift because they were willing to sell it. It actually even has a letter on the back. I still have the letter with it. So this one probably hasn't been thrown in a field. But obviously with it being not in a bag, you can see what my concern is, you know, with it being in a bag. It's not going to hurt these things. These things aren't going to get worn out. Actually, if you're going to condition them, I would say don't put them in a bag, because if you condition them and then seal them up, they get almost slimy feeling, in my opinion. So unless, again, Brian, if you're out there, comment, let me know what the latest is with some of your stuff that you've been doing. And then I got this one. And this one my son throws. I don't even know how he can throw this, because I would lose it in a heartbeat. But he loves throwing it. And it's a 173. He whips this sidearm. So this sidearm disc. And he pops it out there, man. And this thing flies. It looks awesome. I believe I may have gotten this off a Pro Cop back in the day. It looks like a little bit of sunrise action. Alright. So that's what you got for Ascents, guys. So keep your eyes open. They're out there. There's some cool ones. There's one in the group right now. I'm bidding on it. Ben O's bidding on it. A couple other people are bidding on it. So get some action. Now we'll talk about tracks. This beauty. It's old run soft. It's awesome. Old school. But then they came like this. This is how you're going to see most of the tracks. I've seen more of the green colored tracks than I have of the blue tracks. And I've sold a couple of both. But here's the blues. They'll look exactly like the Ascent. So if you find you a track in this old run, hold on to it. Hold on to it. It's a lot more rare than you may think. And maybe somebody over at Vibram Disc Golf can validate what those numbers are. I don't know, but I'm guessing less than a couple hundred a piece. It would be my guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe everybody turned them into dog toys. I don't know. And then you've got this one. So that's what you got. So those are the different variations I've seen. So this one's a little bit darker, as you can see. And then, now I like this run still. I don't know. It's almost like, if you look, it's almost like a transition. Because on the edges, it's tiger stripe. But in the middle, it's that black, the black regrind, just straight up dots. I don't know how well that's going to show on YouTube, but it's, anyway, I really like that one too. Now the tracks, I will say, come in a bunch of different weights. This was a 170, 164, 170, and a 167. So it looks like they may have run some more in lighter weights. So hopefully, if you guys find them, send them my way, especially for Secret Santa. Secret Santa, you really want to make me happy? Pick me up a hard-to-find softie like that. And then here's the next kind of run of that, right? This is that Eraser Pink. This is really a sick run, honestly, guys. You'll see these on eBay every once in a while, and a lot of people steer away from pink. But what I can tell you is that this run was actually pretty decent. It's that black, you know, if you look in there, it's just the dots, right? It's solid, but it got just the dots in there. After this, they did the all solid, basically, or it looked all solid almost. It had colored regrinds, some of them. Anyway, that's what you got there. And then this newest stuff, I love the newest stuff being completely solid. I don't know who else is out there that has seen those. Here's a heavyweight sole that I recently got from a Mr. Vegan Ray, and I have not thrown this yet, but it will be thrown. To be honest with you, I just haven't gotten the courage to throw the heavies yet. I honestly find the sole to be pretty stable, so I just don't see a spot for it in my bag. And then I have this one, which was my Tiger Stripe Remake, and this was the soft run from maybe 2015, maybe, and then I dyed it to look like a tiger stripe. I don't know how well that's showing up. Hey babe, can you turn off one of the light bulbs? And we'll see if that'll help with the color. My wife just showed up home, so we'll see how that looks. Anyway, and then I dyed it like that on the bottom, so that's what it used to look like. That's the original style. Alright, so again, if you're watching, I appreciate you watching. I'm sure other people see it over time. I'm going to give one of these away. I might even give two of them away. I don't know. We'll see how I'm feeling. I'm definitely going to give one of them away to a lucky winner from Facebook. So what that allowed me to do, you guys are probably like, hey, why is he so worried about 100? Once you hit 100, it allowed me to actually secure the page as Vibram Collector. Which, not that anybody else was jumping to get Vibram Collector, but I just thought it was awesome. And Rubber Disc just fell behind me. Here's another sole. I totally forgot I had that one. Alright, so let's talk about the putters, guys. Let's look at the putters and the Ibex. I have never found an Obex in this run. So if you find an Obex in this run, in my opinion, I'd call it a 3-figure disc, easily. Easily a 3-figure disc. There's no reason not to. This run of putters, hard to find. I would imagine that people loved them and they kept them, and that's why they're hard to find. This is my Summit blue one, a ridge with a stamp on the bottom. This one's got some wicked tiger on it. Most of these I've had for years. They've been in this bag. They're all dirty. I've thrown them all. I don't know if that makes people cringe or makes people happy, but so make you cringe or make you happy? Comment. Let me know. Cringe or happy that I throw all these? I hope it makes you happy. That's what they're meant for, right? So anyway, I've got a VP, a Ridge, a Summit. So I've just got a couple of different slots that I would love to stock up on. I'd love to get them more Summits, more Ridge, more VP, so I can practice with them more. But anyway, I've just recently, within the past, I'd say year, gotten my Ibex set up. So I'll go through these last and then we'll announce a winner. So the Ibex comes in some different weight ranges, and that's what I like. If you like something in the low 170s, yeah, high 160s, this is the one that I throw on a pretty regular basis. This one will almost always be in my bag if I am playing in a tree course, you know, because I don't like to skip off a tree and go flying in the woods. So, and they came in this color too. So they came in the pink eraser. So again, if you guys see soft out there, this one's kind of that orangey eraser almost. But you can see they'll hold a little bit on that bend. But if I want to bend it the other way, it'll hold that too. And what's kind of fun about that is if you're needing a little extra love to get that ante going, you can tweak it. I don't know if that's legal, but I do it. And then this is where they start getting the greens. And these are kind of hard to find if you're throwing a blind shot. But what I can tell you is these weights, the 160s, this one's a 173. But man, these things are awesome. So, again, this is what you're looking for out there for the softs, okay? I'll go out in my field. It's not really a field. It's the 9-hole disc golf course in Ranlow, North Carolina. It's not hard to find. So look up disc golf course in Ranlow, North Carolina. It literally takes me 20 minutes tops to play this course. It's all under 225, I think is that longest one. Anyway, it's all short stuff. So the majority of the time I'm throwing putters, but sometimes I do like to go out there with my mid-ranges and do some precision shots on the actual holes and try to do some different lines and stuff like that. But the point being, the field's big enough to throw from the parking lot out into the field and not have to worry about losing a disc. I will get out there and just stack these up. So I'm going to do all Ibex, and I'll set up my recorder, record it, and I'll throw. Boom, throw, boom, throw, boom. And I'll try to stack them in heavy to lightest order. So that way, you know, like this one says 176 on it. So that's a pretty damn heavy Ibex anyway. But then the fact that it's a soft Ibex is going to make it even that more stable. So, you know, I'll throw this one first. Boom. Hit that one out. After my putters, of course. I'll hit my putters first. I'll start with the Summit. I'll throw the Summit. I've only got 2 of them. But I'll grab some other. I usually grab some other putters anyway. But let's say I'm just out there with this bag. Just my Tiger bag. Boom. 2 Summits. Out. Boom. 2 Ridges. Boom. Out. 2 VPs. Out. And then I get to my Ibex. That's where I get warmed up. And then by that point, honestly, I'm freaking tired, man. Like, my arm starts getting a little beat up because I've thrown, you know, a good 10, 12 discs back to back to back. I don't put a whole lot of time in between each throw. I just try to get those repetitions out there. And then I'll move over to the tracks, and then I'll move over to the ascents. So that's the way I go through my bag. So I hope that helps you guys a little bit. Probably not, but that's okay. Now you guys have seen what I've got in my Tiger bag, and you can understand why I like to throw them a little bit. What I will say is that if somebody wanted to surprise me with, you know, multiples of VP and soft in the 160s or something like that, the biggest key is finding, it sounds stupid, but you do want to have the same thing. So if you like 165, go get 165. If 165 is a little bit too light, pardon me, who cares? Just throw 165. It's the fact that you're throwing the same thing time and time again, and it feels the exact same way. So really taking an old run soft and mixing it with a new run soft, I don't know that it would have the same effect on you watching a video and trying to drill down on the results. I'm not 100% certain of that, but for me, I wouldn't feel quite as comfortable with that. So anyway, let's talk about giving away one of these minis. So we have the Swirl Summit. And then we have, pardon me, the VP, I believe it is. There we go. Thank you, Mark Cantrell. What's up, Tyler? Nicely. You guys give me a second here. I am actually going to set up to where I can screen share. And then we'll figure out what we've got here for names. So give me just 1 minute. Bear with me. Keep commenting if you want to comment. I hope YouTube was a lot smoother. Why don't you give me a shout out and let me know how YouTube looked overall just through this whole thing compared to what Facebook has been in recent past. You know, it seems to me Facebook is starting to chop their stuff up quite a bit and is driving me nuts. All right, one more second and we will get this done. Boom. There we go. And let me switch this over. And here I am. All right, so we should be good now. We are going to scooch on over here to Vibram Disc Golf. We are going to find what we're looking for, which is right here. And let's see what we've got. I wonder how those are going to paste in. That should be interesting. That should be interesting. Babe, can you hear me? Are you right there? Maybe not. I thought she was right there. I was gonna.
Right here.
You are right there.
What?
Okay. I'm pasting. Paste special. Let's see if this will work. There we go. All right. Let's sort these bad boys. I'm going to delete some rows here, fellas and ladies. Delete some of the mess. Delete some of the jiffy. We've got some dones out there, which is what we're looking for. That's what we're looking for, is the done statements. So anything that says done, that's what I'm going to be counting. So give me a second just to kind of clean this up. Corey Sexton. I'll tell you what, Corey, if you're watching and you win, you can pick another number. But I doubt you are. That's okay. Comment if you are. All right, Mark Cantrell, I'm giving you one done. That's it. You only get one done. All right, Mark Rose, you get one. All right, here we go. Cleaning this up, fellas. Hope you guys don't mind. Let me do this. Let me remove duplicates. Whoop. There we go. That'll help. Obviously, I don't need any of this mess. Clean that up. All right, now we're moving. Yeah, Michael Sparrow talking about, hey, can't an admin win? Of course an admin can win. No reason an admin can't win. Especially, it's not like I'm doing some crazy mess. All y'all are seeing what we're doing here. All right, there we go. There we go. 23 unique entries. 23 unique entries. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to add a random sort order. We'll drag and drop that down. We'll copy those values. Paste them right here. We will then sort by that number, which then gives us our official sort order by the randomized numbers here. And by that, we will give us a regular number order, right? Whoops. So there we go. All right, babe. I've got a random sort order of 1 through 23. What number do you like? Say it loud so they can hear you.
19.
19, she says. 19 is Mark Rose done. Mark Rose 2 done. And by the way, she's in the other room.
Congrats, Mark Rose done.
Mark Rose done.
What?
So, this is where she's at. Say hello. So that's what we're working with, guys. Mark Rose, done. You are the winner. And it's actually Mark Rose 2. Done is just the words that he said. So that's what we got, guys. Mark Rose, if you're out there, holler at me, dude. Let me know which one of these you're looking for. Ping me your address. Let me know where to send this. And hopefully everybody else will be ready for the next one. So, and if you want me to sign it, Mark, I'll sign it for you. Just kidding. I mean, I will, but no point in doing that. All right, so again, that's what you got, Mark. You got the twister, or the spinner, I think it is, and the VP. So that's what we've got. Cool. Appreciate it, guys. Again, thanks for going out there, subscribing, all that mess. I'm hoping to start going through some molds and talking about some of the history of the mold changes and things like that, just for fun. So if you want to be part of that conversation, hit me up, shoot me a ping. We'll do a video conference. No, we can do it open forum. 4, 5, 6 of you at a time. That's cool. We'll do it. Just to talk about why we like certain molds and, when we use certain molds and what mold that we actually have in our bag. It'd just be interesting to see how that conversation goes and why we chose the specific ones that we did and have that conversation in real time instead of trying to always chat back and forth for 2-3 weeks at a time. Let's get on the call and talk for 2-3 hours or something, right? Or maybe an hour, 20 minutes, whatever. You can hop on, hop off. Anyway, join me, guys. I appreciate it. There you go. That's what you got, Mark. There's your choices. And we'll figure out a way, whatever one Mark doesn't pick, we'll figure out a way to give the other one away. I got 4 to give away. I picked them up from Community Discs, and he was gracious enough to shoot me an extra set that I told him, I was like, hey, dude, I want to buy the set from you, but I want to do it to give them away. And he's like, all right, cool, I'll give you an extra set. So that's what we're doing. Boom. So I appreciate it, guys. Again, share it if you want to. Come back to it. Reference it. Hopefully it helped. Hopefully it got you guys hungry to go find some soft rubber. I can tell you that it's worth the time to watch yourself throw it. Don't just get it and put it in the bag and think it's going to be great, because it's not. You have to get used to it. You have to try it out. You have to throw it in a field and see exactly how, if I squeeze it hard and throw it hard, what's it going to do? They don't hyzer flip the same. So, that sort of thing, like you think you're going to put it on a hyzer flip and get this soft one to stand up as easily, is not going to work quite like that. But if they wear in and they break in, these things can go from, I've got an O-lace that flies like an unlace. And I keep it like that now because I love it. But it's a soft one. It's 157. And sometimes that's going to happen. It's going to get breaking in from hitting trees or whatever. So anyway, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Mark, again, shoot me a text. Shoot me a message. And I'll get that mini out to you, man. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks.